Shelley with the show live, local, topical, and relevant. So the World Baseball Classic, I want to touch on that real quick. I don't know about you. I've got to say this, and then I'm going to go to my calls here, 404-872-0750, 1-800-WSB Talk. People have been holding. I want to come right to you. I got to be honest with you. I love America. I am America. I love this country. I think it's the greatest country in the history of the world. Absolutely, positively, the greatest country ever. Without a shadow of a doubt. I love this country. I love living here. I love being here. I love my citizenry. I love my passport that says U.S. citizen, all of that. But last night, I was watching the World Baseball Classic. I told you I was at the Dallas-Fort Worth airport. And I found myself rooting for Venezuela. Now, I'll tell you why. Because I felt like, oh, man, these guys are playing really for their country, right? Maduro's been taken out. The country's kind of rebuilding. It's trying to get back on its feet. These guys, and unlike a lot of the other teams, most of these guys are truly from Venezuela. Dominican Republic team, most of those guys were from the Dominican Republic. Italy, not so much. France, not so much, right? Some of the other teams. But when you look at Venezuela, most of those guys are from Venezuela. So it meant something for them. And so when you're watching it, you just saw a passion. You just saw something going on. I was like, I'm rooting for them. And at a certain point, because I was in the airport, I was like, should I yell Venezuela? I can't speak Spanish. But I was rooting for them. Good for them. Congratulations, Venezuela, on winning the World Baseball Classic. What is a great tournament? It was a great tournament. It really was. We watched several games down in Costa Rica, and it was a great tournament. Great tournament. I want to play this clip for you. Hold on. Let me go to Patrick really quickly, and then I'm going to play this clip from Tulsi Gabbard today at a Senate hearing. Go ahead, Patrick.
Hey, Shelley. Welcome home.
Thank you, and thanks for holding, Patrick. Go ahead.
Yeah, my next door neighbor is a APD and he's from Venezuela, which is interesting. And I actually interacted with him. He was burning some leaves the other day and interacted with him. And I asked him what he thought was going on. But I didn't know they won.
Oh,
so
yeah.
That's
go ahead.
way
Talk
cool.
about Iran, David. I don't have a lot of time.
Yeah.
I appreciate you holding, though.
Patrick, but yeah.
Patrick, sorry.
So yeah, I grew up in the Carter period, and I know we've had a problem with Iran for many decades. I don't feel good about what's happening right now. I think something's wrong.
You think something's wrong about what, Patrick?
The way we've handled this is not proper. There's two sides to every coin. Imagine if we were a smaller country. Flip the coin,
right,
and think about it.
So you're for or against the war? I guess that's my question.
Well, that's the thing. I'm all about peace.
Right.
I'm not, and we needed to do something, but I don't feel good about the way we've gone about it.
Let me ask you this, Patrick. Did you vote for Trump?
I vote for dinner.
Huh? Okay. I just want to ask a question. The reason why I ask is because almost 90% of MAGA Trump voters are in support of the war. And it's funny because if you polled me, I would say, yeah, I understand why we did it. I'm for it. But to your point, I'm not sure it's the way I would have done it. That's why it's interesting. That's why I asked you that question. But you vote for dinner. I appreciate it, Patrick. Have a wonderful evening, my friend. So I want to play this Tulsi Gabbard clip for you. Listen to this.
That opening statement, as submitted to the committee in advance of this hearing, stated that as a result of last summer's...
So this is Senator Jon Ossoff and Tulsi Gabbard today at a Senate hearing.
Airstrikes, quote, Iran's nuclear enrichment program was obliterated, end quote, correct?
That's right.
And is that in fact the assessment of the intelligence community?
Yes.
So the assessment of the intelligence community is that Iran's nuclear enrichment program was obliterated by last summer's airstrikes?
Yes.
In the opening statement you submitted to the committee last night also stated, quote, there has been no effort since then to try to rebuild their enrichment capability, end quote, correct?
That's right.
And that's the assessment of the intelligence community?
Yes.
The White House stated on March 1st of this year that this war was launched and was, quote, a military campaign to eliminate the imminent nuclear threat posed by the Iranian regime, end quote. Was it the assessment of the intelligence community that there was an imminent nuclear threat posed by the Iranian regime?
The intelligence community assessed that Iran maintained the intention to rebuild and to continue to grow their nuclear enrichment capability.
Was it the assessment of the intelligence community that there was a, quote, imminent nuclear threat posed by the Iranian regime, yes or no?
Senator, the only person who can determine what is and is not an imminent threat is the president.
So that was Tulsi Gabbard today. I submit to you, Tulsi Gabbard has always been against war. When she ran as a Democrat, when she ran for office, she's always been against war. Always. As a veteran, always. She submitted a pre-written, her speech, her opening statement. They submitted the night before. And so then they say it out loud the next morning. She submitted hers. And she left out an entire section, a whole passage of her own prepared remarks that had claimed the threat had been obliterated. She left that out when she was talking to them. So she knew that she left it out. And she said, when asked about it, she said, well, it's conscious of the time. But it was the most important part. And she knew the Democrats were going to ask her about it. I submit to you today that Tulsi Gabbard did that on purpose. She did that on purpose. She's not a hawk. She's not a dove either, but she's not a hawk. Joe Kent, who's up under her in the National Intelligence Apparatus, just resigned. We heard about that. I'll talk about that in just a second. And now she gets in front of the Senate hearing and leaves out a part of her prepared statements that's the most crucial part. That the reason why we did this because Iran was an imminent threat. And then she says out loud, the president is the only person that can determine what an imminent threat is. And she and Senator Ossoff went back and forth. It's fascinating what happened today. And I submit to you, I think she did it on purpose. Joe Kent, this is the guy who was head of the up under her. He's Office of the Director of National Intelligence, I believe, that ODNI, and she's the DNI, Director of National Intelligence. He was basically right up under her. He resigned. Scathing letter. Resignation immediately. Then all the people coming out now, well, he was a leaker. Yeah, really? Who told you that? Oh, the administration. We never liked him. Who told you that? We, the administration. This is a man who served 11 tours in hot zones, in war zones. 11, not 10, not 9, not 7, not 6, 11. Green Beret, Special Forces, 11. Lost his wife in Syria to a suicide bombing. Let me say that again. To all the patriots. To all the guys, yeah, let's blow up some Iranians. To all of you who are so happy to go to war. To all you pundits that are so happy to blow stuff up. We want to be America. We want to run the world. And in order to run the world, we got to blow everybody up. To all of you, this man served 11 tours in war zones, lost his wife to a suicide bombing in Syria. What have you done for this country that you're so hell-bent on going to war? More importantly, what have you done to call this man anything else but Mr. Kent? Get on your little social media. He's a traitor. He's a traitor. He's a traitor to Trump. Really? 11 tours of duty. Lost his wife in Syria to a suicide bombing. This man knows more than anybody else sitting at home. Ha, ha, ha. I'm going to open up the microphone today and tell the world what's going on because I'm smarter than everybody else. You're going to call him out his name? You're going to call him out his name? Because he said, well, man, I'm out. I'm out. I'm not. I didn't sign up for this. I know what this looks like. I've been here before. You haven't, Levin. You haven't, Shapiro. You haven't, Pundit. You haven't national syndicated people. You haven't Writer. You haven't Fox News. No, I have. 11 times I lost my wife. I left her on the battlefield. And you have the unmitigated gall to call me a name? Joe Bob down in South Georgia has a mitigated nerve to type anything but Mr. Kent. With all due respect, I disagree. You pieces of garbage. I love the veterans, except when they disagree with President Trump. I love the veterans, except when they don't want to go to war. I love the veterans, take care of our veterans, except when the money costs more to take care of them. Then you're all for spending billions and billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars a day to fight some country that had just yelled death to America. Oh, got to get rid of them. But you know what's best. You guys are smarter than everybody else. But you shed not a single drop of blood, and you have the mitigated gall to call this man names. You pieces of garbage. Want to talk about clicks and views? Everybody's in it for clicks and views. Everybody. This is Shelley Winter Show. I'll be right back. I told you I was coming in hot.